Hey, what's up everyone, it's FBM, also known as FreezeBM, and today I have an intense Karen story. Now I feel like everyone has a Karen story to share, and if you do want to share it, you can send it to me on Twitter at RealFreezeBM or my Instagram at FreezeBM. And while you do that, you might as well just follow my Twitch. And with all that being said, let's get started. Now this isn't your normal Karen story. This Karen actually got the cops to come to my house. Yeah, no joke. She called the cops and they came to my house looking for me. So this all happened a long time ago while I was younger, and I think it was around middle school. If I had to guess, I would say 7th to 8th grade. Now at this time, your boy Freeze was a good kid. I mostly just made videos about Minecraft, recorded on my phone, and watched regular show. Now she called the cops on me a week after we met for the first time. So it all started when I used to ride my bike everywhere, and I was happy to do so. I just wanted to ride my bike around the neighborhood. I thought it was really fun just doing it while listening to music. It was really safe and there wasn't really any cars passing through so fast. Still, there was this road that did lead to a main road that cars go around 50 plus miles per hour, so it is pretty dangerous. And this lady's house, aka the Karen, was the last house before that road. And now at this time, my bike was kinda old and the brakes did not work on this bike. Now remember that because it's gonna become very important later on in the story. Like jail time or no jail time important. Now I never met this lady before and I didn't even know she existed. Still, I was riding my bike around my neighborhood and wanted to go on the sidewalk before the main road. Now I needed to go down this hill that wasn't too long, but it was very steep that made you go really fast. Now if you don't make the turn, because there was a really sharp turn, you go right into the road and you'd get hit. And because my brakes did not work, I was kinda screwed. And I didn't think about it until I already committed down the hill. And I was going way too fast to make the turn on the sidewalk, so I was forced to go in this lady's yard about a foot, like it wasn't even that much. And somehow she saw this and got so mad that she came outside screaming at me saying, "What do you think you're doing? Get off my yard, I'm gonna call the cops if you don't get out of here." Now it was a while ago so it might not be exactly that, but it was something along those lines. Now I tried to explain, hey, I don't want any trouble, I had to go in your yard just for a second, I didn't want to go into the main street and get hit and die. But she did not care, she just continued yelling at me and how I shouldn't ride on her grass. So I just said, alright, I won't do it again, and I just left. I wanted to curse her out because she was so annoying, but I put my foot down and I just left. Because I did not want to get in trouble for that. That would be so stupid to get in trouble for. Now later that day, I told my parents about it when I got home and they agreed with me that I was not in the wrong. Now later on, I wanted to go for a little walk because at nights, I love to go for night walks with music. I think it's so calming, I really recommend it. So while I was walking, I passed her house and she was literally at the top of the window looking down at me. No joke, I kind of got scared a little bit because I did not expect her to be there. I just wanted to see like if I made any damage, and clearly I did not. I just went on for like a foot for a second so I could make the bend. But she did look really mad at me, like she looked pissed, so I just decided to go home. I didn't want to deal with her, I didn't want her coming out screaming at me again. Now I think a few days later, my brother's friends came over and I told him about it and we decided to ride our bikes past her house. Now I did not know my brother's friend was gonna do this. Let's call my brother's friend Jacob. So Jacob purposely rode his bike on her grass right in front of her house. And she saw it, and now I was hoping that she didn't see it, but of course she did and she came outside. Now she yelled at us and she said that she was tired of it and she's gonna put cameras up. Now I did not believe that she was gonna do it, but it turns out she wasn't lying. I think it was the next day or 2 days later, she had cameras outside of her house because of us. Now I didn't really care, I thought it was funny, but this next part just made me unbelievably mad. The Karen found out who my mom was and drove up to her while she was getting the mail and screamed at her about how she needs to control her kids and how she's a bad mom. Now this pissed me off because I love my mom. My mom is literally the best mom in the world. I think she's the greatest person ever. And these comments made my mom really upset, which made me really upset. So I decided to get some payback. I didn't care if I got in trouble, but now, thinking back, I might have maybe shouldn't have done this, but I decided to get some payback. So what I decided to do was I walked past her house and I purposely stepped on her grass and walked around. Okay, maybe I'm hyping it up a little bit. It was maybe like 10 steps on her grass at most. But I did it so that she definitely saw it. But looking back, I probably shouldn't have done it. I should have just moved on. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is, she didn't see me. But know who did? The cameras. Yeah, I didn't even know at the time, but she saw me doing it on the cameras. So the next day, the cops showed up at my door, and I remember what I was doing exactly as well. I was sitting at the counter eating some chicken nuggets, watching some SpongeBob or regular show or some other cartoon. I don't really remember the exact cartoon. Maybe it was some Zoe 101. Anyway, that's not the point. While I was watching, someone knocked at the door. Now this isn't a big deal. People knocked at the door all the time, so my dad went to answer and I continued to eat while watching this cartoon. When I heard my dad call for me and he seemed very upset and concerned. So I went to the door and believe it or not, the cops were there. And I could tell that they did not want to be here because of how stupid it sounded. Yeah, some lady said that you stepped on her grass. Alright, but for real, they told me that the Karen said that I was trying to destroy her yard. And when I heard this, I was like, what? No. This is what happened. And I explained that I needed to go in her yard for a second so I didn't go into the main road and get hit by a car. And she got so mad about that she came out and started yelling at me. She found out who my mom was, yelled at her. I got really upset, and out of emotion, I took like 10 steps on her yard just to piss her off. And they actually agreed with me. They were actually really chill cops. They just gave me a warning and said, just don't go around her house anymore. So I agreed, and I said, alright, sorry officers. Now, I'm not even sure if I could get arrested for that, and it just seems like some Karen that's pissed off at some, I don't even know how old I was, like 12 at the time, 13? Just pissed off at a 13-year-old for walking on her grass. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous saying it out loud. But yeah, I thought it was absolutely hilarious after the cops left, and same with my dad. He didn't even seem that upset. He thought it was ridiculous. I think that he thought I got like caught with drugs or something. I'm not even sure. He seemed really upset and scared until he found out the story. And I only told him about the first encounter. I didn't even tell him about the rest and the cameras and everything. Now, I haven't talked to this Karen till this day, but I have seen her outside doing like a garage sale or something like that, but that's it. But the thing is, there's 2 new neighborhoods that were built next to mine, and there's a lot of Karens, so I actually have a lot more Karen stories. So if you guys want me to tell them to you guys, just let me know in the comments, and also send me your stories on my Twitter or my Instagram, and follow my Twitch, like, subscribe. See you guys next time, and have a beautiful and amazing day. Peace out.